Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where I'm going to be sharing with you all of the, or at least some of the things, fun things, books, decks I'm going to be playing with throughout the Yule season, the holiday season. So if that interests you, then stick around. Let's get into it. I have been waiting to make this video for a long time. And at the time you're seeing this, I mean, I made it early, like, let's just put it that way. I made this video. I'm making this video at the time that I'm sitting here to film. It is still a little ways away from Yule season, but I'm very excited to talk about all the things I have in my little pile next to me. But I have a couple of decks and a couple of books I want to chit chat about, but these are just things that I've been really looking forward to working with throughout the season. And let's just get into it. So I'm going to go book deck. How does that sound? I just feel like, because I feel like it, because I want to, because yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Also, pretty cloth. Peggy found this and she made some tarot bags out of it and put it in her shop, but I just think it's like the prettiest like winter holiday Yule fabric ever. Anyways, okay, so let me start off with something that I have talked about before on the channel, but that I'm really excited to be working with, not just for Yule, but throughout the year, and that is the Llewellyn Sabbath's Almanac. Now they've been doing these for a while, but I only found out about them in 2020 and I picked one up. I won't say that I like used the heck out of it or anything like that, but it was a really fun way to sort of stay in touch with the seasons throughout the year. And so I picked one up for the Samhain 2021 to Mabon 2022 year. Now, Llewellyn does several almanacs. They have like a spell a day, I think, almanac. They have, or like day planner thingy. They have their regular Llewellyn almanac. But it's a really neat, this particular one, I was just really excited to find out about it because it's essentially an almanac that takes you through all of the Sabbats and it gives you rituals, recipes, crafts, lore, and astrological or planetary guidance. And it always has like little guest articles from different people and it's a lot of fun. To me, it's kind of like a magazine that you know, play around with or flip through throughout the year. With this almanac, I've decided to start a new tradition, and I started it at Samhain, and that is finding the cover page for each Sabbat and coloring it in. So I did that in Samhain, just a couple weeks before the Sabbat, and this was just a really fun, simple little thing to do. It's not terribly fancy, and I really enjoy coloring, and I don't make a lot of time for it, so this just felt like a nice seasonal way, a nice way to, I guess, check in with the season or be present with the season. And then after I colored the cover page, I read the section on Samhain, which was really fun. So that brings me to the Yule section. So for Yule, I'm going to get to color this really fun sort of Yule log scene. There's like a green man up here, some acorns, a poinsettia, the actual Yule log and some pine cones and holly and a bell. So that's going to be really fun. And then I can maybe do some kind of fire situation or something. But I'm really excited for that. So I've got the page marked with this card that somebody sent me from the, I forget what the deck this is from. But it says, believe in yourself, unleash your inner unicorn. It was my favorite card from the entire deck. I had the deck at one point. I rehomed the deck because I'm like, I'm not keeping it for just one card. But then somebody sent me the one card and it was just the sweetest thing. Anyways, so it's now a bookmark. But yeah, so I'll be coloring this page in full. And then I'll be reading through. I'm trying not to do any peeks because it's kind of my reward for coloring in the page, like for working with the book. So I'll be coloring in the page for Yule and then reading through the bits that are in here. And then I'll continue that throughout the year. But this is just a fun new little simple self-care / seasonal practice that just seemed really accessible, really easy to fit into my lifestyle, and just a really nice way to sort of touch base with the seasons. But that is the Llewellyn Sabbath's Almanac. I don't feel like it's too late to jump into this if you've missed it. If you've missed Samhain already, there's still all the other Sabbats to go. So I will have a link to this down below if you want to check it out. But it was pretty affordable. So it was $18.99 Canadian, $14 US. And again, it's kind of like having, I don't know, like a magazine, like a seasonal magazine to like flip through at each change in season. It's just fun, accessible, fun. I'm clearly a fan. I'm probably going to keep getting these every year, even if I don't do all of the crafts and all the rituals and things in it. It's just fun to me to like, I don't know. I'm a dork. What can I say? All right, let's talk about a deck. I'm so excited. Okay, so this deck. Okay, so first of all, can we admire the sparkly holiday bag that this one is in? I actually picked out this bag, this fabric, and this bag long before I had this deck. I picked it out because I really wanted something kind of holiday and festive, but not too specific, if that makes any sense, for this particular deck. Yes, I know I'm teasing. I'll get there eventually. But anyways, so I had this bag. I kind of coveted this bag. I put it in a little drawer, and I like babysat it and like made sure it was checked on it every once in a while I waited for this deck to come in 2020. And I had expected this deck to arrive in time for holidays last year, but it did not. It did not get, and that was just me. I probably just misunderstood the thing, but I did get it in shortly after the holiday season last year, put it in its precious little bag, and then put it away in a drawer, in the drawer of decks that I keep for when I have walkthroughs I'm planning to do. I put it in that drawer, and it's been in that drawer for a very long time, so I'm very excited to get into this. Okay, enough suspense and lead in. Look at the candy cane backings. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, sorry. This is the Winter Weight, the Santa's Helper edition. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So when the first Winter Weight, now you guys know I am not a big Rider-Waite-Smith deck fanatic. I'm not really into a whole lot of Rider-Waite-Smith clones. However, I wanted a holiday deck, something that would just be festive and like in the season to work with during the holiday season, but that wasn't too specifically Christmassy. I mean, like, it's weird. I love secular Christmas, right? I really, truly do. And I love secular Christmas carols. And I even love lots of traditional Christmas carols. But I wanted something that felt fun and playful. And this Santa's Helper edition totally fits the bill. And I have not looked at it since I put it in its bag and put it in a drawer. So the grin I have on my face, if you could only see, I'm not going to flip my head upside down and like stick my face here. But like, I wish I kind of could, because like I am like a child right now. But the thing is that first Winter Weight edition that came out, the very first one, didn't really strike my fancy all that much. It was the artwork felt a little bit flat. And then this one came out on Indiegogo, and it felt very kind of three-dimensional and fun. And like these candy cane backs are everything. They're everything. They're pink. It's so exciting. Anyways, okay, we're going to zoom in. I'm not going to get into, why do I have more than one Fool? Are these the same? Like I said, I just put it in its bag and then put it away. I have a duplicate Fool. Does that mean I have are there any differences? I don't think so. So I have a bookmark. Ooh, I can make my second Fool the bookmark in my Sabbath's book too, and I can use that unicorn one for a different bookmark. Okay, that's exciting. Okay, anyways, I really am a dork. You just don't know. Cardstock is really nice. This is like classic, thick, like 330, probably 330 GSM. Nice, easy to shuffle, substantial but not stiff. Like, it's great cardstock. It feels perfectly nice. It feels like a classic, like say, US Games card deck. It's like thicker than like the Robin Wood Tarot, but thinner than like something like the Crow Tarot. Like it's nice. Okay, let's zoom in. I just really want to tour these cards. I swear to God, I have not looked at these in months and months and months. I got them. I took them out of the little box they came in, which I stored in a bin somewhere. So I can't show it to you. And then I put them in the bag that had been waiting for them the whole time. Okay, let's do a quick flip through because we've got more stuff to show in this video. But I'm very excited. It is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, but super cute, right? Look at his little outfit. Look at this magician, and I love all the snow on the table, and I love the purples and the pinks in this particular one. Look at this high priestess, the moon. I was about to say look at the moon. I know it's not the moon card, but like look at the actual moon with the little stars dangling and like the icy pond behind her and her fur like outfit. It's just so festive. The winteriness. Look at it's like Santa as the emperor, but he's in a blue outfit. So more like, I guess, a winter dude. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He's got an ornament here and a candy cane instead of his staff. It's fantastic. Here's our Hierophant. He doesn't seem particularly wintry, but it's festive. There's some holly and stuff. And these look like elves. The Lovers. Look at this. It's so great. The Chariot. There's reindeer and they're pulling Santa's sleigh. I mean, what better? What better for the Chariot card? And there's like the North Pole in the background. This looks like Mrs. Claus with one of the reindeer, like comforting them. So freaking cute. The Hierophant in his white fur-lined cloak. He's got snow on his arms. This Wheel of Fortune is the cutest darn thing ever. So we have little bells here, a little gingerbread house, a little fairy, a little cardinal, and then a wheel that's literally got different things on it. So there's coal, there's candy canes, a lollipop, some kind of treat, I think there. A gingerbread man and a present. It's great. It's great. Come on now. The Justice card shows a very stern Mrs. Claus-ish type of person. She's got a candy on one side and coal on the other hand, and the nice and the naughty list. I mean, does it get any better? It's so great. It's so great. The Hangman. This does not look very wintry. It almost could be that whole, like, when you're waiting for the holidays, when you're waiting for winter, that could be the perspective, because you don't see snow here. You don't see, it's almost like we're just waiting for the season to start. Death. Even death is festive-ish, kind of. It's at least wintry. Oh, fun. Oh, I forgot about this. So there's death, but then there's also the Jack Frost card, which is so freaking great. I'm going to keep the Jack Frost card, and I mean, I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to need to set it aside while I'm working with the deck because I want to shuffle this one in. That is fantastic. I love that. Temperance. The Devil. They don't look very happy, and they're both holding coal. The Tower. There's no people, which I kind of like, actually. That's kind of nice. The Star. She's clothed, because of course it's snowing, and it's chilly out, dang it. It's a little nipply out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, here's our Moon card. I love this. This is so sweet. I love that we have a reindeer and then a little baby reindeer. Probably called something. I don't know what it's called. The sun is fantastic. Again, okay, so it's really cold out. Our son is fully dressed, but our baby is still naked with just a scarf. That seems like irresponsible to me. but you know, I mean, you do you. Love the Judgment card. So fun. And then it says Happy Holidays for the World card, and there's a beautiful wreath there. I mean, it's lovely. Okay, now we get into the suits. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to shuffle this. It feels like really nice. Smooth, good fan, like easy to shuffle cardstock. Anyways, we have peppermint candies for our pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles, the 2. These are great, and they're all like pointy-eared elves and stuff. The 3, the 4, holding on to his candies. The 5. I love that they're outside building a snowman and getting in snowball fights. That's great. The 6, 7, 8, a little critter there. 9. Again, I really love the colors, the purples and the pinks, and I love the dimension to the artwork. Again, the original Winter Weight to me seemed a lot flatter, like less gradients in the coloring, that sort of thing. Just from memory. I haven't looked at that one in a long time either. This is just a great scene here for the 10. We have our Page, Knight, Queen. I love her hair. King. And we have our cups. Look at the little elves. The 2. Oh, it's a fairy with wings and an elf. The 3. It's so festive, but without like sort of, it's very like Santa's workshop-y, but I haven't seen a lot of toys, to be fair, but it does have that feeling, right? Like, look, there's a snowman being built in the background and the 6 of Cups. That is great. I love that. The 7. We have all these holiday-related things in the cups. The 8. Ooh. Love this with the pretty star in the back. It's gorgeous. The 9. Milk and cookies. Classic. Classic 9 of Cups. I love this. This is so much better than a dude with a bunch of wine. This is great. The 10. Then we have our Page of Cups. Knight. Queen. Love the swirls of winter behind her. And King. And then for swords, we have these icicles, which is fantastic for swords. The 2. The heart has a hat on it. Like, I mean, I guess what else are you going to do if it's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone? But that's pretty great. The 4. The 5. 6. 7. 8. Castle in the background. 9. Aww. And the bed quilt, and is very kind of holiday kind of colors. And then also the sort of topper on the bed is like a little Christmas tree. That's super cute. Oh, and then the 10 is a broken toy. That is fantastic. It really lightens the mood a little bit, I think, of the 10 of Swords. But it's, again, you get the drama. Like, you know, everything is bad, right? The Page of Swords, Knight, Queen, and King. And that brings us to the wands, and we have these candy cane sticks. This is so great. There's some melting snow, like patches of snow, like it's warming up in the Four of Wands, which is kind of, or sorry, in the wands in general, which is kind of nice. Oh, here we have full snow. And they're having a snowball fight. They've put down all their wands and they're having a snowball fight instead. That's great. The 6. That looks like a Raggedy Ann doll in the background. That's fantastic. It's like he's defending the bags of toys. The 8, there's a snowman. The 9. The 10. Page. Knight. Queen, I love her wings. Oh, and her like pink fur-lined coat. And King. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's zoom out. I've got to shuffle these. I like just need to shuffle them. You understand, right? I cannot wait to work with this deck. Just for funsies, just to finally have a holiday themed deck, because I really do love the decor and the fun and the play of the holidays, and this just has that spirit, right? Really smooth cardstock, a little bit stiff, so it's at least 330, I'm sure. It might have a lamination on it because it feels pretty like hefty, but that will break in, I'm quite sure. Yeah, it does feel a bit stiff. Oh, so fun. Now, part of me is like, now that I see, like, I'm looking at the backs again with this bag, I'm like, it is holiday, but this is like so pink and purple and candy, and I don't know. I might have to swap out the bag at some point, but it is still a very pretty bag. All right, so let's put that away. I said I was going to go book deck. So let's talk about another book. So this was sent to me by Inner Traditions, the publisher of this book, and it's called Inner Practices for the 12 Nights of Yuletide. It is by Anne Stallkamp and Werner Hartung. Now, I'm really, really excited about this. This is something else that I knew was coming in for review quite a long time ago, and I put it in a drawer because I just wanted to reveal it with you guys. I'm going to be reading it in December and working with it in December, but I wanted to do the little peeky peek right now and let you guys know that I'm planning to work with this book. I got really excited because I haven't seen a book that focuses specifically on Yule in this way, and I just thought it looked really great. It's written from a sort of like magic-y, witchy perspective, or at least that was my impression of it. We'll see. There's a really beautiful winter harvest poem that opens out the book, and then it talks about understanding the different nights of Yuletide. So in the contents, we have time, the rhythm of existence, significance of the 12 nights of Yuletide, looking back, looking ahead, a resolution ritual for the Yuletide season, and then the 12 nights of Yuletide. So we have perceiving the quality of time, introduction to the practical exercises, meditations, and then in part 2, we actually get the exercises for the 12 nights of Yuletide. And interestingly, the way that this is set up is that you have your first night of Yuletide on Yule. So, and it says, sense the quality of time. Then the second night is find humility and devotion. Then discover the power of your heart, find peace, embrace trust, discover tranquility, self-care, truth and clarity, serenity, journey into a new life. That's on December 30th. The 11th night is explore your feelings anew. The 12th night is January 1st. Be creative or January 1st/2nd, it says. Be creative in shaping and achieving the life you want. And then returning to your daily routine is January 2nd or 3rd. Embracing and enjoying life. So that's super, super interesting. It feels like a guided like practice. it looks like I'm going to read it obviously throughout the month, but I'm going to try to do these practices along with these dates. So I will probably talk about this book more in my January show and tell. If you're looking for my full-on, like, how did it work out situation, look for it in my January, because I'll still have been working with it in December. I may mention it in December. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm looking at the dates thinking, it's probably going to work out that I'm talking about it in January. But I'm really, really excited to get into it. And I kind of want to do a little sneaky peek and just kind of see what the layout looks like on one of the nights. So let's take a look at the 5th night of Yuletide. So on the 5th night of Yuletide, interesting, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, or St. Stephen's Day. So the theme is embracing trust. The assigned month is May. I don't know what that means yet. We'll find out, I guess. And then there's a quote from Johann Wolfgang van Goethe: "As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live." There's some information here about trust. There is practices for the 5th Yuletide night. So it talks about looking back on May of last year. That's super interesting. Reflecting on the theme of the day. Exercise, looking ahead to May in the coming year, consciously shaping the future. There's a meditation here, which is really exciting. Oh, I like this. Okay. Yeah, it looks really doable. It's not super heavy or intense. It's not so much in the daily practices that they're like going to feel overwhelming, I don't think. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so this will be really fun to practice with throughout the holidays. And something to kind of bring me some more conscientious practice or kind of connect my spiritual practice with the season, because I get very caught up in the secular Christmas activities, which is great. But I feel like this is going to kind of anchor me in Yule, which I'm excited about. And I will definitely keep you guys posted on how this works out. And that brings us to the second deck that we're going to be talking about. And that is camouflaged because it's in the exact same fabric as my cloth here, but I couldn't resist because this is such a beautiful fabric. This is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle by Lorianne Anderson and Juliet Diaz. I'm very excited about this. I did not pre-order it, but I did buy it as soon as it was available. I didn't feel the need to pre-order. I'm loving the foil on the box. I didn't feel the need to pre-order because I knew I wasn't going to work with it until the Yule season anyways. But I'm going to be using this next to the Santa's Helper deck. I realize that they are not very congruent as far as their styles, but I'm cool with that. I feel like the Yule deck, or excuse me, the Santa's Helpers deck will give me a sort of a playful energy, and I feel like this is going to anchor me in the like depth and magic of the season, which I'm very excited about. Nice full color guidebook. I did do a full like walkthrough, like traditional style video on the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. I do plan to continue to pick these up as they are released. I think it's a really exciting thing to have a deck to work with in every season, but I'm just going to kind of flip through these. Candle magic, I love that. Pretty quickly for this video, just to give you a chance to see the cards and also to give myself a moment to just sort of take them in. One thing I love about this particular style of deck, and I love that we have green backings and green edges. For the Samhain one, it was red backings and red edges. I also have noticed that the hands here have little bows on the wrists area, which is super cute. But one thing I really came to appreciate about working with the Samhain deck from this series were these little sort of poetic snippets at the bottom, and just the ways that it made me kind of slow down. I love that card, and think about what the card could be telling me, like what it could be meaning. I love this. Oh, falling in love and family. I really am loving these images. Feasting, yes. I also found that even though each card from the Samhain Oracle was speaking to a particular thing that was very seasonal or very associated with that season or that Sabbath, that the write-ups in the book really applied that to, like, in a way that I could use it in a reading. Like, it didn't, even though they look like they're very specific to the season, and they are, energetically they're very specific to the season, but they apply the themes really nicely in a more open-ended way, in a way where I feel like you can really get the message if you've asked a question, or get the message in the context of a reading. That's really pretty with the floating candles. I love this. Mistletoe. What dreams may come from the borrowing of ivy held tight within the womb, a calling, in of sorts, a spell from above, holly, holy holly. Mother Mary, that's sweet that that's in there. I love that. Offerings. It feels very eclectic as well, which is something that I've come to appreciate about the Samhain Oracle. It doesn't feel rigid in the way that it expresses its association with the Sabbats. Reindeer medicine. I'm just really looking forward to working with this deck. Silent Night, that's so beautiful. It very much feels like the holiday, but it has this lovely, like, sort of witchy vein that runs through it. Squirrel medicine is fantastic. Pitter patter, plan ahead, keep silent your path's desire. No eyes or ears shall see you coming, a well-deserved reveal. Star. Storm. Telling stories, yes. Turning inward. So much the energy of the season. I feel like the darker it gets and the colder it gets, the more introspective and introverted I really start to feel. Wreath and Yule log. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so let's give them a little shuffle because they need a shuffle. These are glossy, and I suspect that they will all be the same in that way, and I'm cool with it. Like, I don't even care. Would I have preferred these to be matte? Yeah, I would have, but like, I don't mind that they're glossy because I feel like these are decks that I use for myself. I don't feel like I haven't reached for them a lot for like clients or for member reading events or anything like that as much. I think I did use the Samhain Oracle a little bit. I'm trying to remember now if I did. I think I did in a member reading event, and I may use this one in a member reading event as well, but I find that I'm just less picky when it's not something I feel like I need to or should be able to use for client readings. About the gloss, that is. Anyways, beautiful. I'm very excited to play with this. So this is going to go back in its little box. The book looks like it's set up much the same way, where you get a really nice write-up for every card. Also some practices maybe, like this one has a magic tip. Is there more of those? Or is that just like a one-off? There's also usually some spreads in the beginning that are seasonal, so let's take a look for those. Oh, there's a Christmas cross. Okay, that's exciting. Interview your deck, 3 cards. Christmas cross. Oh, the evergreen wreath spread, the winter care spread, the star, the new year ahead. Oh, that'll be fun. That looks like the same kind of thing I already do. Yeah, that's the same kind of thing I already do. But still, it's really neat to have that stuff in there. And honestly, for a mass market deck, I really do feel like Rockpool does a great job on these, so I'm really excited. Let's put it back in its camouflage. Yay! Super, super fun. And the last thing, so I have one more book to share, and this one is fiction, but it is a book I plan to read in December, and this is called The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. Last year I looked for a seasonal read for Yule. Now, I don't know why I don't do this for every single season, but I really don't. I get excited, especially excited about seasonal work, primarily at Samhain and at Yule, and then sometimes again around Beltane. But those are like my 3 favorites, which is why I was especially excited, by the way, when I found out that the Seasons of the Witch Oracle, the next one that's coming out, is Beltane. It's like, oh, those are your favorites too, are they? Okay, noted. It could just be the spacing too. But anyways, back to the point. I really enjoy specifically leaning into the seasons at Samhain and Yule. Those are my favorite too. I don't think I'm necessarily alone in that, but I really enjoy having a annual sort of fiction read that is very seasonal that I can read in the month of October. So if you don't already know, that book for me has turned out to be Neil Gaiman's The Graveyard Book, which is kind of like The Jungle Book, but it's about a boy being raised in a graveyard, and it's a really beautiful story. It's really seasonal and charming and enjoyable. I'm hoping this will be that book for me for the Yule season. But I also know, because I've read reviews and read a little bit about the story, spoiler-free reviews, of course. But I read a little bit about the story. This is a Scrooge. What's that movie called? That book called? Oh my gosh. You guys are all yelling at the screen right now. It's Scrooge. I had to ask Peggy. It's A Christmas Carol. I was like, what's the Scrooge movie? She's like, Scrooge. I'm like, what's the Scrooge movie? She's like, Scrooge. I'm like, no, you're not helping. Anyways, it's a retelling of A Christmas Carol, essentially. Focusing in on a Scroogey character. And I've already heard that this is the kind of main character who you typically don't like, right? So I don't know what that will mean for me and whether this will become like yes, I want to reread this every holiday season or not. But I was poring over reviews of like seasonal books, and a lot of the seasonal like Yule time or Christmas time kind of fiction books that I was finding seemed very focused on romance, which is not necessarily a genre that I lean heavily into. I don't mind it when it's in stories at all, particularly if it's YA and there's some fantasy elements. But like in general, I wanted something that just, I don't know, I couldn't quite pinpoint what I was looking for. And I'm hoping this is it. That's basically the punchline. But this is essentially, did I even say what the name is? It's called The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I think I did say it, but it's The Afterlife of Holly Chase. And it says on the back, you know how the story goes, right? There's this old banker type named Ebenezer Scrooge who shuffles around saying bah humbug. One Christmas Eve, he's visited by the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. In the morning, he wakes up like completely terrified and says to himself, this is my chance. I can change my future. Then he supposedly lives happily ever after. It's a nice story, but that's not how it happened for me. So it just sounds like it's going to be kind of fun. I'm excited to get into it. It's got fun deckled edge pages. It's hardbound. We'll see. We'll see what I think. But I'm excited to have a fun seasonal fiction read for December. So that, my friends, is everything I'm going to be working with in the Yule season, at least that I'm planning to work with. I'm sure that there will be more, but this gives you an idea of what my sort of main things are going to be. The things I'm most excited to share with you, at least at this moment. Again, I'm sure some other things will creep in, as they always do around this time of year. But I hope this was fun for you. I would love to hear what you guys are going to be working with and playing with, reading, whether it's decks or books, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, oracles or tarots. What are the things you're looking forward to playing with in the month of December? I would love to hear. And that way we can kind of all share with each other, because there are some delightful things that I've been seeing bounce around in the interwebs. There's a beautiful Christmas Lenormand that I saw coming out by Celia Melville that looks just absolutely charming. I super considered it, but I had these two to look forward to, so I was able to table it for now. But I would love to hear what things you're working with, particularly anything holiday themed that you're particularly excited to lean into. That'd be super fun. And then we can kind of all share with each other. So drop those comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video or you found value in it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more videos about tarot and witchy stuff and all the other things I managed to babble about in this space. And don't forget to click the little notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos. Thank you all so much, and may your magic always shine from the inside out. Bye, guys.